Welcome back, guys. In this session, I'm going to show you how we can create properties or props in React application and send it from the parent component app.js file to a child component. So first of all, what I'm going to do is in components folder, let me create a small file. Let me call it as student. So S should be capital and it has to be a JavaScript file. So I'm going to say student.js. So we have a child component which is called as student.js over here. Okay, so let me just create it like a functional component. So I'm going to say function student, okay, and parentheses and braces like this, and it will be having the return function over like this, and let me put a semicolon over here, and every component will have the export default statement at the last, and here we have to mention whatever the class name we have kept or the function name we have kept over here. Okay, I like to keep the same name. Okay, and now here what I'm going to do is I'm going to import the React class from the React library like this. Okay, and every return statement inside the function is going to have only one division which it has to render. So here let me put a small paragraph and say, hi, my name is something. Let me take it as Raj, and my age is, let's say, 20 as of now. Okay, so this is one paragraph which I want to see in my app.js file. So what I'll do is I'll go to app.js file, and here I'm going to create that student tag like an HTML tag, like an opening tag and like a closing tag, like an HTML tag, which we do. Now here at the top we need to import that student from the components folder and from a file called as student.js file. So here there is no need to make that it as .js file. It is understood because it's a React application. So now let me save this one and let me take you to the browser, and as you can see we have our one child component which is called a student, and it says my name is Raj and my age is 20. Now let me come back to the browser, sorry, the editor, and here inside this tag let me create a variable called as name or a property called as name, and here I will say in double quotes that name I'm sending to app.js, from app.js to student.js is like this, Rajesh. Okay, and here one more thing I want to send, that is age, and in double quotes I'll say 50. Okay, so these are the two properties which I'm sending from app.js file to my student.js file. So in student.js file what you need to do is inside this parenthesis you just have to say props. Okay, so function student has some properties like this. Okay, and in place of Raj I'm going to remove that Raj from there. I'm going to use a curly brace, and I'll say in this class some properties are there. Okay, sorry, in this function there are some properties which is called as name, and here where the age is written 20, I'm going to again use the curly brace symbols and say props dot age. Let's save it, and this is how you create a props inside a functional component like this. Okay, now let me just show you. Let me just copy the whole thing, comment it, and I'm going to paste it over here, and I will convert this into a class-based component. So function keyword I'm going to remove, and I'm going to use the keyword class called as class, and these properties I will have to remove from here because it's not a function anymore. Here first of all what I'm going to do is you have to extend to another class which is called as component like this, and which we will have to import here at the top from the React library. So let me just say it like this, and then every function is going to have a main function which is called as render, and this return statement will go inside that render function like this. So we have successfully converted our React functional component into a React class component, and some properties are coming inside this particular class right now, class called as student. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to write here like this dot prop dot name and this dot prop dot age. Okay, so this is how you're going to print the properties, okay, inside a child component if it is class based component like this, and if it's a functional component then you just have to say like this prop dot name. So this is the two difference between a class based component and a functional component, and we are sending the name as one of the properties and age as one of the props inside the child component, that is student, from app.js file. Okay, now let us go to the screen and see. This is how we are displaying the name, and this is how we are displaying the age. Okay, so this is how we create props inside a class.